This proposal requests an audit of whether the company's partner network program and its role in the company's greater DEI efforts is discriminatory in nature. It's a necessary proposal because the partner networks, and DEI policies in general for that matter, are in fact discriminatory, immoral, illegal, and detrimental to shareholder value. To say nothing of the networks themselves, the mere existence of certain networks but not others is already discriminatory. For example, there are networks for Black people, Asians, Hispanics, and Indians, but not one for white people. There's one for LGBT people, but not one for straight people. One for women, but not one for men. One for interfaith, but not one specifically for Christians or for Jews. And one for so-called sustainability, but not one for any right-of-center causes. It should go without saying that none of these networks should exist. That it's wrong on its face and divisive to the workforce to segregate employees by race, sex, and orientation. But if the company is going to have these networks, which it shouldn't, then it definitely can't have them for some groups but not for others. But perhaps even more importantly, these groups aren't also what they purport to be. What they really are political lobbying groups that use identity politics to sow division and advance a radical agenda. For example, the Women's Network is not just a group for women. More accurately, it's a feminist group disguised as a women's group. Likewise, the Black group is more accurately a BLM group, and so on. These are important distinctions because, of course, there's a difference between a woman and a feminist or a Black person and a BLM supporter. So these networks are not only discriminatory in that they divide people by race, sex, and orientation, they're also bigoted in their assumptions and discriminatory against employees with other views. This whole partner network endeavor is incredibly toxic and damaging to the workforce and therefore to the productivity of the company and therefore to shareholder value. The networks exist to advance DEI from the bottom up, while the company managers administrate DEI top down. Hiring or promoting someone because they're a woman or because they're Black or because they're gay is wrong. First of all, because it automatically attributes to members of those groups a victimhood identity and wrongly assumes that they can't succeed on their own merits. So it doesn't actually help the people it purports to help. But secondly, if you're hiring someone because they're Black, then you're not hiring someone else because they're white. And discriminating against somebody because they're white or because they're a man is equally as abhorrent and equally as illegal as discriminating as someone because they're Black or a woman. It has always been the case that this is illegal and that it violates the Constitution and the Civil Rights Act. But in light of the recent Supreme Court decision on affirmative action, it's now clear beyond a doubt that DEI is illegal. DEI also harms the company because it comes at the expense of merit and therefore excellence and productivity and innovation. By not hiring or promoting completely irrespective of race, sex, and orientation, in other words, not by merit alone, the company is by definition not always hiring the best person for the job. And anything less than always hiring the best person, no matter who they are, is selling the future of this company short. And in doing so, the company is also not abiding by its legal duty to do what's in the best interest of shareholders. This proposal provides the company with an off-ramp away from this immoral, illegal, and financially detrimental practice. It gives the company the opportunity to get out of the DEI and partner network business before it does more significant damage to the company and therefore to us as shareholders.